Hey guys, welcome to Cacao Academy channel. Egal is here. Today I'd like to discuss with you another interview coding question that appears quite often. So the task is given a string, find its first non-repeating character. So let's say we have a string with the following characters, and our goal is to find a character that occurs only once in the string, but this won't be enough. We also need to output the very first one. So expected output would be A, character A. So let's create a function and call it find first char. We're gonna take a string as input, and let's parse the string. First we're gonna create an array, char array, and break the string down into char array. Awesome. Alright, so we have our array. Now we would like to parse our array and to calculate number of occurrences of each of the characters in that array. So you could do it in two ways. You could use a nested loop, but obviously this would result in not very efficient execution, and if you're being asked this exercise during the interview, they're probably gonna ask you to improve it. So why don't we start right away from a correct result? So here's what we want to do. We're gonna create a map, character, integer, and call it char counter. Okay. Alright. So now we're gonna parse through our array. And let's do the following. If char counter contains key C, in this case we're gonna say char counter dot put C char counter get C plus 1. Okay, hold on a second, I'll explain it in a few. Else we're gonna say char counter dot put C1. So what do we do here? Basically we say if our character is already registered in our counter, we're simply gonna update number of occurrences by 1. If we run into this character again, if character is not present in our char counter hash map, we simply gonna add a new record where key would be the character itself and the initial value 1. Alright, so this way we quite efficiently can parse through our string, and then this gives us a really good starting point to do whatever we want, to find whatever characters we want. This particular step can be used in many other applications, like any other coding questions, but for the purpose of this exercise, let's try and find the very first occurrence. So here's what we can do here. We can say for map -entry, and its character integer, oops, entry, our char counter, entry set. Okay, so now we say if entry dot get value equals 1, output entry dot get key, and once we output the very first occurrence of such a character whose counter equals to 1, we no longer want to output additional characters. So what we can do here is simply so let's end the square brackets, simply gonna break from this for loop. Alright, looks our code is ready. Let's try it and run it. So find first char and take my string as a parameter. Let's try to run our code. Alright, so as you can see, it's working. You know what, let's say I'm not sure if it really works as expected. Let's try to remove a from here, or actually add another a simply, and then our expected output would be character y. Let's try to run it again, and here you go, working as expected. Another quick comment on this one, guys. Try to use void as a return value and output it within the function itself, instead of trying to return something like this, because when you actually write a function with return value instead of void, you have to deal with no return values, like what if it's null, what no characters were found, etc, etc. So for the sake of a simple coding exercise, try to stick to a very simple solution as well. And that's it, guys. Thank you. Please like and subscribe. Bye bye.